Hello Collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your tarot card reading for the next whenever you come across it. It's the timeless reading. So let's see what messages you need to know at this time. What messages does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? What messages does the collective need to know? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is about working towards something and waiting for the results. You've already put in some hard work and you're waiting for some results to come in. You're starting to see growth and results. Starting to see that your efforts are bearing some fruit. I saw the Empress at the bottom of the card. So some of you may be working on something, you're creating something. It could be something that, some of you could be pregnant or know someone who's pregnant, around 7 months pregnant. Okay, that's the side message. But it could be something that you've been working on for the last 7 months. Or with Pentacles, it could be something that you've been working on for the last 7 years. Okay, let's see what else. Child doesn't really want to talk. Strength. Number 8. The Cowardly Lion. It could be something that you really care about, that you put your heart and soul into. Something that you've been, that you are wanting to see growth with. 5 of Cups. Maybe you, okay, courage. The courage. Okay, the courage. The courage. Okay. Some cards flipped. Oh, a bunch of cards flipped. So just put that back. 5 of Cups has to do with emotional satisfaction, but not knowing that something better, something good is around the corner. Okay, we got the Fool. I'm starting something new. New beginning. Look at that. The Empress with the 8 of Pentacles came out. I feel like some of you are working on something that you've been putting a lot of effort in, something that you really do care about, because you see the Empress, she has basically her, it's kind of like she has a hand over her heart. So some of you may be working on something that has been gestating for possibly the last 7 months, even the last 7 years. Maybe it's that idea you had 7 years ago that you're probably now finding the courage to kind of start implementing and taking necessary steps. It could be something that you've already started but had like maybe possibly 3 failures. But I feel like the next time you try, it might get better for you, that you will see growth, you will see some level of prosperity. It's a matter of taking that leap and not being afraid to take a risk. And putting in a lot of focus and effort, looking back on what you've already done, seeing what works, what, you know, how you're going to tweak the recipe per se, you know. You've probably tried different recipes, and I'm using that word very loosely, like you tried different ways of doing something and they were not successful in the past. But it's a matter of you reflecting back if it's something you want to go back to. It's a matter of you know, changing the way that the ingredients, like what effort you put in, certain components that may need to be changed, you know, how you put in your efforts. Do you try different techniques, you try different things? I'm having a hard time finding the word to describe what's coming to me. It's a matter of you changing things up, you know, tweaking, making adjustments as needed in order for you to see the prosperity that you need to. But it's also a matter of you willing to take that risk and try again, you know. Just to move past the disappointment you experienced, know that the growth that you are hoping to see can happen. It's just a matter of you persevering. with the Eight of Pentacles being there. It's about being focused. Maybe you have been distracted looking at other things, and 2 cards just fell. We have the Four of Swords with the 9 of Wands. So some of you may be feeling tired, you may be feeling defeated and need to rest. But resting doesn't necessarily mean giving up, you know? It's a matter of you resting, building up your energy levels, building up that momentum, or even the motivation, or even just to heal, you know, recover from whatever loss you have experienced, but also reflect on what worked and what didn't. 6 of Cups. It could be something that from your childhood. It could be something that you thought about. The card just flipped, so it might be in the reverse right now. It's a matter of you deciding to finally make that adjustment, finally making that decision, taking the necessary actions. You know, don't allow the failures to keep you stuck, because 4 can indicate stability, but it can also indicate stuckness. So if you're, I'm gonna say this, some people, they're stuck in their burdens, responsibilities. Some people keep themselves trapped. So if you're in that mind frame, that's something that has to change. You know, you can't be like, oh, like, I don't know, for some reason, I'm getting like a sense of defeat. Like, oh, I give up. I feel like giving up, you know. This is so hard. I gave all I could. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I feel like giving up. No, don't give up. Don't, okay? I feel like something is around the corner. But in order for, it's like being that, it's like that stupid meme. It's not stupid, but it just popped up in my mind when you're like, so you're in a cave and you're mining and you're trying to get to the diamonds and you just give up when you're just like one whack away from finding that diamond mine. So I feel like that's what it is. Don't give up. Don't give up. Find your inner strength. Tame your fears. Don't allow your fears to dictate your actions. Don't allow your disappointments, failures to dictate how you move forward, you know? With every there's a lesson. But if you're just looking at it as a defeat and not looking at the beauty of what you've gained, the knowledge, the experience you gained from that experience that failed, then you're going to be missing out on what comes if you were to quit. Don't give up. You have to persevere. You know, yes, you should rest, you should recover, you should reflect, but don't give up. Don't. Especially if this is something that you want. If you want it. It doesn't have to be a project or anything. It could be a person. If you want somebody, you don't want to give them up, but you feel like you have so many obstacles, and you're making that decision that you feel like you have to give up, you're going to be missing out on something. But if this is something or someone that you really want, then you just have to see what you can do to make things work. You know, it's a matter of looking at what you have in your kitchen, seeing what ingredients you have, and seeing what you can make out of it. Not like, oh, I used up all my eggs, so I can't make an omelet. No, you can't make an omelet anymore, but you can make something else, you know? It's about improvising. I would say that. It's about improvising. Let's see. Oh, wow. Tower moment. So something may have happened. Let me get these cards out. Okay. There may have been some sort of tower moment that happened. I'm taking this card. Nine of Pentacles. It might have led to some... it could be two things. If the tower is bad, something happened where it has freed somebody up, and now this person is single, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles is often thought of as the minor arcana Empress card, which we have here, right? So it could be that. The other thing is that if you continue to move forward and not give up, you can find yourself in this place of abundance and security and stability, you know, but it's just a matter of you persevering and So the Tower can be a negative or positive thing, depending on the circumstance and how it relates to you and your situation. It could have to do with a love situation with the Empress coming in, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So we have Leo, we have Taurus and Libra, we have Aries. Okay. Tower is Scorpio and Mars and Aries. Scorpio and Aries. So remember, Scorpio was ruled by Mars before they discovered Pluto, and then it was demoted, so it went back to Mars. So Scorpio is ruled by both Pluto and Mars. We have the Hermit, so you may be dealing with a Virgo energy, Earth sign, and maybe seeing something happening around this season, which will be it's coming up pretty soon. Because we're currently in Leo season, so Virgo season is next. Three of Cups. The Hermit is someone who takes time to introspect, to think, to reflect, to think, like realign, but also to rest. So it could be some of you are in this Hermit phase right now. And you may be considering how and what ways you can bring something together to celebrate. Maybe that's what you're hoping for. That's what you want. Some of you may be trying to manifest something as well. I want to know what this Empress is. Tell me about the Empress. Because the Fool is about having a new beginning, starting over, starting from scratch, taking a leap of faith. Taking a scratch? Did I say that? Taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. Queen of Wands, so fire sign energy. Or could be somebody who is passionate, beautiful, attractive, dynamic, magnetic, sexy, witchy. Really stands out. Black cat energy. Because I see the black cat in the other card. Okay, I'm gonna take the Hangman and the Queen of Cups. Oh shit, I took the wrong card. Oh, I meant to take the Queen of Cups, but I keep pulling the wrong cards. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I saw the Hangman. So this is about looking at things from a different perspective. When I went to take the Queen of Cups card, that was, which was because I saw the Queen of Cups and the Hangman, right? And there was a bunch of other cards underneath. But then I didn't know this card was underneath. It's the King of Pentacles, someone who's grounded, secure, abundance. And then we have the Hierophant was right under it. So this is Taurus energy. This is and then we had the Emperor showing up, and then we do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is also a Taurus card. But yeah. Yeah, somebody may be wanting, it could be a commitment, it could be a partnership, it could be something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be love, but we have Seven of Cups with the Queen of Cups. So it's a matter of like, because I was trying to clarify the Empress, when we had the Queen of Wands come out, then the King of Cups with the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups, and the Hangman. And so this can be something emotional. It can have to do with having faith, maintaining faith that things can improve in a financial situation where you can reach a level of independence. But it could also indicate that if this is a love situation, that some of you may be dealing with somebody that may have fire and water in their chart, who embodies the Empress energy, who's someone who is loving, caring, abundant, beautiful, attractive, magnetic, what else? Intelligent, funny. Someone who's fair, because the Empress embodies all the queens, you know. But we also have the Queen of Cups and the Queen, so she may mostly embody this someone who's very loving and compassionate, but also someone who is very sexy and attractive, you know. But then I feel like someone's trying to consider what options they should take when it comes to wanting to bring some level of commitment, right? It could be that, with wanting to look at things from a different perspective and we see you have perspective cards, reflection, introspection and reflection, right? we have the Hangman and the Hermit. That's major arcana. So we have, this is Pisces and Hermit is Virgo. With the Three of Cups, that's Cancerian energy, and the Queen of Cups is also Cancer. I think Cancer moon. Moon in Cancer, something like that. So that might resonate with you, but it doesn't have to. It could just be somebody who embodies those energies, right? Of Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands, Empress, Hangman. So it's a matter of somebody like trying to look at things from a different perspective, where there can be some sort of partnership. It could be with work, but it could also be with a romantic situation. And what I see is that someone has to come to a decision. They're going to be at a crossroads with the Two of Wands. They're having to decide which path they want to take, right? But it's a matter of working together to overcome any conflict that may be experienced. But it could be this person is overcoming some inner conflict within themselves, and wanting to know how they could come forward with the Seven of Cups coming out with clarifying for the Empress. You know, this person may be trying to figure out how they could come forward and take some action. It could be like a romantic gesture, coming, you know, make a date or something like that. It could be that, you know, but it could be about somebody pursuing what they are. It could be pursuing a passion of yours that you've been working on, that you have been disappointed in, and you're unsure about how you should move forward and with moving. Like, should you just stay where it is? Should you give up, or should you continue and persevere and try to go after whatever it is that you want? So ultimately, that's what you have to figure out on your own. You have to see how this resonates with you. If it does, you know, because everybody's situation is different. It can be a love situation where you're trying to decide, or someone is trying to decide whether or not they want to come together with you. I saw the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Remember, we saw the Empress. Okay, got shuffled back in. So the Empress. Ten of Swords. End of a cycle. End of the painful cycle. Moving forward quickly. Transforming situation. Putting down defenses. Discernment. Celebration. Victory. Hidden emotions. Message. Six of Swords, moving away from the past and going towards abundance. So I feel like the whole point of this is that it's a matter of you taking control of your life, making the decisions that align with you, and not allowing anything to influence you in certain ways. I feel like that's what this reading is about. And it could be about work, career, finance, small business, entrepreneurship. It could even be about love and relationships, where you have faced some sort of disappointment. Yeah. Look at that. Ace of Cups with the World. So some of you may be wanting to close out a cycle and have a brand new beginning with love. It could be with someone new, or it could be with the same person where things didn't work out. But that's dependent on your circumstances and if it's something that you want to work out, or if you want to bring a change in. So whatever it is, I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. And I'm wishing you a great day or evening ahead. Bye.